my shoulder. You got a picture me. You got the picture me. Pacific ice on my ocean. Ready for war like I'm Russian. Ladies should never the luggage. My diamonds, they tussling. My neck and my belly. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. B-Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on the. Yeah.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. Great.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
3 down. Here we go. 180.
Watch 8-9.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go. Back man. 120.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Being chased out left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Go. 280.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
There we go. Back man. 280. Black.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Watch you now, Barney.
On first down, Charles dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Double tight. Odd. 5 down.
Stand up there.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Gun! 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 Hey, pull down, pull down. Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
On 1st and 10, Charles. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun! 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 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Yes, sir. You don't want that? Here we go, here we go. Lady! What's your son?
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
Watch number 5, watch number 5. Go, go. Tight end to the right, boy, tight end to the right. Move.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Gun, gun. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, switch.
To throw again. Charles. A dump down to McKinnon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Off play action. Charles. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Charles. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Charles, a dump down to McKinnon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go. Great. What's your son?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive. Charles. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Charles throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. From the gun, Charles. Throw left side on target to Kane, complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Aaron Donald able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Toss play to McKinnon. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Check three.
Back to throw. Charles, left side, caught by Matthews. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Here's McKinnon, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Charles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check. 53.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Everyone's got 4 down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Hang in there now.
We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey, we got
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 36. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll roll him out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Charles. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Off play action. Charles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Wentz. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down. That's done. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. Still going. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Throwing on 1st down. Charles. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Charles. Lets it fly for Thielen. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Charles. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 1st down, Charles. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So we've reached... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
4 down, 4 down. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, you gotta get moving, man.
McKinnon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let's go, motion, motion, motion. 58 to the mic. 58 to the mic.
On 3rd and 2, Charles. And he's able to find Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
To throw on 2nd down. Charles. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Charles, his throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, and it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe-tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Looking to throw. Charles, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Matthews from 6 yards away. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wentz going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down. Charles. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to throw. Charles. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Everson Griffin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Mike's 54. Ramp. What's your son?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Off the play fake. Charles. Left side caught by Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Charles eluding the play. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. from the gun. Charles. And he's going to go down again. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still. Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hey, 4 down.
Now they try the right side here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
4 down, 4 down.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good chip.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Crash. Last stop.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ty Montgomery taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And he puts it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. Chargers continue to pull away. They have opened that lead up even further. A win would be their first of the young season. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Gun, 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 gun. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Charles. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And out now come the Eagles. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a handoff working right. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
On the ball. Wrap, wrap. Got three down.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Come on now. Let's go.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. They'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Black, come on.
We got trips over here. Let's overload. Mike spot 4, Mike.
What's that?
Mike spot 4.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, I think they knew that one was going to be a long shot, but in the end, it's looking like they're going to come up short.
And it's tough to really hang too much blame on your kicker here either. That would have been well above and beyond his range, and this will go down as a tough loss. They played well enough to win.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Hot.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag for the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Vikings, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week one victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Renegade, 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 renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your in them. They hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the Jews,